What is going on, YouTube? PPS is back. It is the 5th of April. I know it's weird to say that already. And we're coming back to you with two more YouTube free plays here for some props. Before we get started, again, if you guys could please hit that like button. I appreciate it so much. Yesterday we got quite a few views. Unfortunately, lost the play. I'll go over that in a second. But guys, like I said, we're on a little run over there on Twitter. So make sure you guys are following on both, right? I'll put out a play here, usually one or two each day. But I will still give out some on Twitter as well. So making sure that you guys are over there as well. Yesterday's pick, Wilson over 8.5 rebounds, decided not to hit because Christian Braun, I think, had 13 rebounds yesterday, which obviously is not going to get it done. I don't think he got anywhere close to that number the entire way here. So just how it goes sometimes. Yeah, we are 3-1 on this bet throughout. Obviously, I had Baycott rebounds again. That one came through. Just one of those games. I had Remy Martin under 11.5 points, and he had 3 at half. Only attempted 8 shots. Obviously, hits a fadeaway 3 into the corner to go over. It's been like that. It's just been one of those runs that we just can't get out of that dumb rut where one play gets you to being nice up, profitable, and then some crazy stuff happens. We get us underneath. So digging out, obviously, early in the month. Baseball is coming. I am very excited for that. You guys know I love my baseball. I love my spin rates, love all of that. It's going to be a fun year. I'm very excited for that. But let's get into some NBA. We have 2 plays today. I'm going to start out with Kevin Porter Jr., and this guy has just been a wagon, man. He's been great since this whole resurgence of this team here. Obviously, they're benching a lot of guys. A lot of guys are sitting. But now we have an absolute insane matchup here. Brooklyn versus Houston. And obviously, both extremely fast teams. Houston is actually number 2 now. Minnesota has passed them as the number 1 speed team or pace team in the NBA. Brooklyn is 10. So we should see a nice boost for Brooklyn as well. Houston obviously is the last ranked defensive efficiency team in the NBA. But Brooklyn's bottom of the league too, bottom half of the league. I think they're 15th, 14th worst in the NBA. So right in the middle. And since this resurgence of the youth here, last 4 games, 36, 38, 38, 36 minutes. Okay. So an average of 37 through 4 games. And what I really like is that these games are really blowout proof, right? When the other team pulls out their starters, Houston's bringing theirs back in, right? I believe against the Timberwolves, they were down by 20 at points in that game and still came through. Obviously, this number is a little bit lower, obviously, with the blowout risk. But honestly, I really don't see that being an issue here as Houston is running these guys, like I said, quite a bit, 38, 36, 37 minutes every single game here. Porter's actually hit this in all 4 of those games. He's actually hit them in his last 5 in the other game against Portland, where he only played 30 minutes. In the games that they are winning, they're pulling him for some reason. Against Portland, he's only played 28 and 30 minutes, but they were winning by 20. Playing Brooklyn tonight, I don't think that will be the case. Like I said, he's hitting in 5 straight games. And actually, I took him at 13.5 in their last game against Minnesota. With this Houston team, we are seeing totals in the 140 consistently, guys. Consistently. The last game was 171 points scored against Sacramento the game before, 139. 139 against Sacramento the game before that, 143 versus the Spurs. And Kevin Porter Jr. is one of the biggest reasons why. Obviously, Jalen Green's getting all the hype because he's scoring an absolute boatload of points here. But 8, 11, 12, and 7 assists in the last 4 games for Mr. Porter Jr. And I just like having the rebounding option here because he's gotten a 6 rebound game, a 9 rebound game, and a 4 rebound game. He's also had a triple-double this year as well, where these guys are, like I said, they have that chemistry now. These young guys have been playing together for a little bit, and they're going out there and just playing free, right? Just going free play basketball. Obviously, they're not in any contention for winning anything. So this is the experience that they need to give them. I expect, obviously, him to do the exact same thing this game. Should be a fun matchup here. I'm curious how many Kevin Durant's going to decide to score. He might drop 50 on these guys, and I don't think he's really going to even have to try. This defense is horrendous. There's no rim protection. And I think Kevin Porter Jr. is going to do his thing here. I don't know if they're going to really play big because I don't know. I think they might run Drummond off the floor. So it could be one of those games where Kevin Porter Jr. is going to have close to that triple-double today. I'll probably sprinkle on it just because I do like him quite a bit here in this spot. So I'll be rolling with him over 12.5 rebounds and assists here, minus 105. That is over on Caesars. I saw it on DraftKings as well. So I can play a little bit juicier than my usual. I would play this at 1.5, but if you grab the 22.5, I'm seeing that a lot of places. I'm on FanDuel here at the minus 128 for 1.25 units. Obviously, if I was at 22.5, I'd probably play for 1, especially with rebounds assists, where those every single one means a ton. So Jokic, what more can you say? This guy's pushing for MVP, playing fantastic basketball as of late. And the Nuggets are quietly winning games, right? 4 of their last 5. Absolute massive comeback last game against the Lakers. Jokic only played 33 minutes in that game, 38, 18, and 6. Game before that against Minnesota, 38, 19, and 8. Now he has the Spurs tonight, a dream matchup for bigs. And I think that we're going to see the Spurs having to double team Jokic. If they don't double team Jokic might drop 70 points tonight. Like, actually, he won't have anybody down there. I believe Jock Landale is their center right now. Eubanks is out in Portland cooking guys over there with that move. So let's just look at Jokic's let's go 6 games against the Spurs. 29, 13, and 9 against them. That is covering from January 2021 to their last game against them, which was in December 2021. The 3 games this year, he's averaging 23, 23, and 25 rebounds and assists in those games, getting 34 minutes only in those games as well. And obviously pushing for MVP, you're going to start seeing him get quite a few minutes here. For the month right now, if we're going back through those, he's grabbing 18.5 rebounds, right? That's unbelievable. I had his rebounds last game. I think this one could be a little bit quicker, so I'm going to throw the assists in there. Jokic on the season right now is averaging 8 assists per game, 13.5 boards, ranking number 1 in player efficiency rating. The Spurs just really have nothing really to show for it here. San Antonio is 17th best, so bottom half of the league in defensive efficiency. Denver is kind of weird because they play so slow, but their defensive efficiency really isn't great. They're actually below San Antonio. They just play slower, so their defensive numbers look a little bit better. So I don't think that's going to be that huge, massive blowout. Vegas is only implying an 8.5-point spread. I think that's really going to help out Jokic here. Even if we get that 33 to 35 minutes, I think Jokic was able to get here. Obviously, Denver playing either in the playoff right now. I think we start seeing them kind of find their stride. Obviously, we've seen what happened when they sat some of their guys 2 years ago. I think it was bubble year. They sat some of their guys and they came out. Actually, I think it was a team they were playing where the Denver just came through and ran through guys, right? So you want to make sure that you're going on the upward scale here while we're finishing up the season. I don't think they're going to bench guys as we've seen a lot of these other teams where those teams are pretty much out of contention. Denver, I think, is still trying to keep winning these games and stay hot going into the playoffs. Jokic obviously pushing for an MVP here as well, going for back-to-back. And I think over 21.5 rebounds and assists is a very nice line for us. Again, this is a FanDuel line at minus 128 right now. It's a little bit juicier than usual, but I do really like the spot for Jokic to come through for us tonight against the lowly Spurs, who they're still fighting for a spot too, right? I think DeJounte Murray is out, so it's a little bit tougher, but I think that we see the Spurs come through with absolutely no rim protection down there to help out on the MVP right now. I would say him and Giannis are pushing for it right now here towards the end of the season. So again, let's do a quick roll recap. Kevin Porter Jr. over 12.5 rebounds and assists, and Jokic over 21.5 rebounds and assists Really like the spot, guys. Again, I will try to get a futures video out here. We have games today, so I might be tomorrow for the MLB season. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to tonight's slate. Massive slate for a Tuesday night. Usually Tuesdays are pretty slow, but with no games on Monday because of the college championship, we get a night. We're a little bit spoiled this week. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. You guys are the best. Again, if you guys do want more free plays, hop over on the Twitter. My description for that will be in, or my link to that will be in the description of this video. So thank you guys so much. We'll see you guys tomorrow for Pass the Prop, and we'll have more free plays for you then. So thank you guys. Have a good one. Peace.